Wow, so much fireworks in that video, and we certainly hope that video succeeded in our attempt to jog your memory about where you might have seen or heard our second music guest's voice. Yep, she is the one and only, the dynamic voice behind the hit song Goodbye Loneliness, which was on her debut album Essence of My Soul, that went to win the Best Jazz Album at the Metro FM Music Awards. Her name is Mimi, a UCT Jazz Honours graduate who has worked with some of the biggest names in the industry such as Sibongile Khumalo, Judith Sephuma, Dludlu and Themba Mkhize, and she's back with a bang, and she's back with a second album titled Your Love, and she joins me now in studio to tell us more about this project, which features amongst others Grammy Award winning saxophonist Kirk Whalum. Oh my word. Very good morning to you, Mimi.
Morning, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
What have you been up to since your debut album? What have you been busy with?
It's been quite a while. I know it's been, I think it's about 8 years now that since the first album.
Yeah.
I've been working. Mimi has been performing, although people haven't probably seen me on most of the well-known stages, but I've been performing. I've been tutoring as I'm working at Verts, working with vocal students, tutoring jazz, and also working on my music. And there were also some beautiful blessings of babies in between those years.
Yeah.
So yes, that's what's been keeping me busy.
Jazz music is in your veins, isn't it?
I guess so. Hey?
Yeah.
I guess it's something that you find out as you get into the music and you grow to like it. That this is what I love. This is my thing. You know?
What did you learn from your first album?
Oh, my first album, I was just fresh out of UCT, and I learned on pinning down some music. I learned on working on compositions. I learned on being able to carry your sound. That some people will never get to meet you, but they will get to meet you through your music. So I hope that I've tried to do that.
Yeah. Now, Essence of My Soul earned you several nominations and awards. What is it that you did right?
Oh, okay. I wouldn't say I did anything right. I just try to write from the heart. Everything I do, I try to take it from the heart. I have a wonderful partner that I work with, Sibongile, who's a pianist and also my producer. So I think that the work that we do together just comes alive.
Yeah. Surely that must have put so much pressure on you to outdo the first album with the second album.
Yeah, it always puts pressure on an artist, because especially when the first album does well, and then when you have to follow up with the second album, you always want to do much better. Yes, you always want to do much better all the time. Yeah.
Now speak to us about the incredible multi-talented Morera Chongwika. How did that come about, and what were the highlights of working with it?
Morera is a fellow, like we used to study together at UCT, and we used to work together performing. I used to work with him in his music, and when this opportunity came along for me to record this album, we worked on the song Sibongile, and he was just the perfect person to put on a solo and to be featured on that song. Who
else to work with on this album?
I worked with the incredible, as you mentioned earlier, the legend Kirk Whalum, who also put down a beautiful solo.
Get out of here, Kirk Whalum.
I know. I was also excited when he agreed. You know?
How did that come about?
My producer, Sibongile, was the one who was working on it. And as we finished the song, actually he told me, I have a surprise for you. I think the best person that would be great for this solo is Mr. Kirk Whalum, and I'm speaking to him, and he agreed to be on the album.
Wow, wow, Mimi. Now, why was this the right time to release your second album?
I think that I didn't actually sit down and say this is the right time for me. Everything came together at this point. As I said, I've been working on the music and pinning down stuff, and it just happens that for me, I think that most of the time it's God who just puts time together, and he said this was the right time to release this album.
And time is certainly what you need, and I'm not so sure if you do have time at your disposal, since you're also a tutor at Verts.
Yeah, you can say that again. There's not much time, but you try to do everything with everything that you've got. You know, give it your best shot, and I try and enjoy every moment.
Well, actually, you don't find time, but you make time for it.
You make time, true. That's
Indeed.
very true.
Now, how would you describe your sound?
My sound, I'd say that it is a cocktail of jazz, of African, I love Latin music. So all of that is infused in my sound. Of soulful jazz, I'd say that. You know, as I'd said that in this album, I featured mentioning the Kirk Whalum, Morera Chongwika, Africanus, who's a wonderful poet. That enabled me to work with a different sound and show the versatility that I have as a vocalist, that I can be able to branch out of jazz and do other and be able to tackle other styles as well.
Yeah, you know what? Just listening to your music, it takes me far away into a place that I'd never imagined before.
Thank you so
Mimi,
much.
great chatting to you.
Thank
and all
you.
the best in your album.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. That is award-winning jazz vocalist and lyricist Mimi speaking to us about her second offering titled Your Love, featuring the incredible Kirk Whalum. Yeah, you got that right. Kirk Whalum, as well as a multi-award winning saxophonist, songwriter and producer Moreira. Well, Morning Live, take a short break. We'll be right back.